Listen, bro, I've wanted to talk to you about that feeling that we have inside us, that we don't have to have, but that's been implanted into us by society or parents, friend groups, experiences, everything around us. The external environment has planted something into us, and because we've been too little to know how to deal with that, we've let it grow, and it grew into the feeling of emptiness, that void that we all have inside us, but we don't have to. And what I've realized is that that's the main problem of our lives, and that's what's keeping us, holding us back from reaching our potential. And by reaching our potential, I don't mean having millions of dollars or having 10 side chicks or something like that. What I mean by reaching our potential is being in a state that allows us to do what we want to do the way that we want to do it, unapologetically, to anything and anybody, right? So the ability to have the confidence to be yourself, ultimately, that's what I'm talking about. And what I found out about this void is that we try to get rid of it or to surpass it by doing the self-improvement activities like exercise or meditation, cold showers, cold approaches on girls, and working hard and learning a lot. All of this, right? We've been through all of this, but nothing changes. And it's because if something is broken inside us, it doesn't matter how much we build on top of it, that's still broken, and it still needs our attention for it to go away. And how this void manifests is through depression, anxiety, and just us feeling like we are not supposed to be here. I mean, think about it, and how many suicides are happening, unfortunately, every day, every minute. Way too many, right? But now think of it like this: there's many people who experience suffering, like real suffering, and don't succumb to suicide. And then there's people like us that maybe from a wider perspective have not experienced like very bad things from some other perspectives, right? But that eats us and that pushes us to suicide because we've never taken care of it. So how to actually get rid of this void that's holding us back? Now let's understand what this void is made out of. Along our lives, since we've been children, there's been experiences that created feelings inside of us that we were not prepared to deal with, or we did not want to deal with at the time. So imagine these feelings just stacking up on top of each other, and because they stack up on top of each other, they get stored in the body, in the mind, and they just occupy space, just like a computer having too many tabs open. At one point it's gonna crash, and what we need to do is not install an antivirus, it's just close the tabs, right? So how do we close the tabs? The only way to truly close the tabs that are inside our body and minds is to give them attention. That's all that the feelings are asking from us, is attention. Because the body feels like something is not taken care of, like there's a task that needs attention, and once we give it attention, the body gets to understand it and to process it, and then it goes away. That's why I recommend shadow work. It's like the best thing that will ever happen to you. You have to practice shadow work every day, all the time. If you're new to shadow work, it's gonna be hard, not impossible, to practice it during the day. But what I recommend is taking the time after work or after school and just sit in silence and feel everything that there is to feel. That might also be like excitement, it might be depression, anxiety, shame, guilt, all the emotions on the human spectrum, right? It really doesn't matter, they all need attention. So just sit with them, allow them to exist, don't judge them. It's like just be aware of how your body is and find some grounding in your own body. And that's really what we get to improve during meditation. While we meditate, it's just like we silence the body and the mind, and we find the core inside us. That's why it helps to meditate, because we find the core. And because at our core as humans, we are loving, peaceful, joyful, abundant. The closer we get to our core, the more we are going to experience those feelings during the day, which is going to help us get through hardships in lives. For example, the closer you get to your core, the more love you're gonna feel. So by being loving, we don't judge as much and we can forgive. And I'm not talking about forgiving other humans, I'm talking about forgiving ourselves, right? So that's why meditation is important. It's not necessary, but it's important. So my tip for you today is to do the shadow work, even during the day. When a thought or a feeling pop up, give it attention in your mind. Don't ignore it, is what I'm trying to say. And just be there for yourself. This is what it means to be there for yourself. Not checking the to-do list, but actually taking care of your nervous system. I'm not going to go into much detail. I'll do another video and I'll go deeper into it, explaining step by step what actually happens and how to do it. This is just surface level, but just know that this is the most important step to actually becoming yourself.